Hey guys, it's Andrew Joe. Today I'm going to be doing a re-unboxing slash mini review of my new Valentine's Day gift, the gbox Midnight mx2 by Matricom. First off, let's get the self-explanatories out the way. It comes with audio video cable for you guys that have the AV outs on your TV, or AV ins rather. It comes with this one, I unfortunately, and I'll explain in a few minutes why I say unfortunately, but this one came with a fly mouse, an air mouse. It's called a G mouse that comes with it, but I'll explain that here in a second. Let's put that over here for right now. Here's the cable, the charging USB cable that comes with the mouse. You have your 5-volt power pack. For all you guys that are readers of the quick start guides, and it comes with a mx2 quick start guide, tells you how to start it up, get on the internet, so forth. Just set that aside for now. And it comes with the in-depth user manual. Ooh. Then break out your magnifying glasses, guys, because here's your little bitty miniature instruction manual for your G Mouse 2 that I set over there. Let's set that aside for now. It comes with the little USB dongle that goes with the Airfly mouse. And that's it, other than the main attraction, the gbox mx2. 4.2 Android Jelly Bean. It's got internal wireless. It has an SD MMC reader, 4 USB inputs, 3 on the side, 1 in the back, an SPDIF out, an audio video out, a HDMI monitor out, a 10100 Ethernet input, and that's just a power pack plug-in. Start off with the SD card. I'll say a little tip. I've had an issue with it reading. I can't get it to read the SD cards that have the little micro SD card, like the adapters and stuff for your phones and things. But I can't get it to read. I don't know if it's a setting on the inside of the box maybe, but I really have no reason to look in depth on it because I use other devices, so let's just set that aside. It will, however, read these up to a 32 gigabyte. It has no problems reading my standard memory card 32 gigabyte. I know this is a 4 gigabyte when I'm just using it for the video for a reference, but I've tried to max out as many things as I possibly can on these USB ports. I usually like to wait a year and just completely test the videos and essentially just try to break them. I mean, not the videos, the devices, to essentially try to tear them up to see what they can actually go through and handle. But I fell so in love with this one. As soon as I got it, I actually got it for a Valentine's Day gift, and I got to open it up early, and I haven't left it alone since. In fact, I used it on Valentine's Day to watch a few movies. But anyways, I've had simultaneously running at once, I've had my fly mouse that comes with the box. I've had my external hard drive, 2 of my external hard drives rather, and my external keyboard running at once. Plus, what I did was I ran a hub, a little external USB thing that converts one of these into 4 USBs, and I've ran my 2 of my external hard drives, my external keypad, the fly mouse, 2 controllers, an Xbox 360 adapter for an Xbox 360 controller, and they all ran simultaneously just fine. So with that being said, you will have no problems at all running any kind of external storages. I'm running close to 3 terabytes worth of storage capacity behind this box, and I haven't had any issues whatsoever. It streams to the USB just fine. I don't have any glitches or any freezing as it reads writes off the USB drive. None whatsoever. It works completely fine. Let's go back here, talk about the audio video. I have tested this just to test it, you know, to see before I did the video, because I'd seen a few reviews before I purchased this. I've actually been looking at it for a year, but anyways, I've had a few reviews that I've noticed that some people have said it didn't work. This one works. It's just a very undesirable experience for me. Let's just put it that way. I have a rather large TV, and so I've grown quite accustomed to that. And there's probably some settings on the inside of the box that you could adjust it if you just have to have it in an emergency or something for an audio video out. But it was just a really undesirable experience for myself. The HDMI port works completely fine. One thing I love about this is it's a standard HDMI. What I was using before, I had to have this little bitty on-the-go adapter thing that it was just a pain for me. I found it to be a pain because of the fact that you had to keep pulling in and out, and it's easier to break. This is just, you know, no adapter needed. Straight laced HDMI cable. The 10100 Ethernet I haven't tested because I have no reason for it. I have Wi-Fi, and so I don't really know about that. I'm sure it works. The wireless in this is really great. I have my wireless set up at the main house. I'm in the guest house, and it picks up through 2 houses with no problem whatsoever, and I can download things. I can do whatever I want to, run the internet. Like I said, I'll be doing an internal review later on of it from within the box. This box comes, another thing before I forget it, it comes pre-rooted, so you can run all your apps and, you know, whatever you want, screencast, whatever that you use, screen recorder. It comes pre-rooted, and matricom, it comes with a screw me up thing. get out of screw me up free pass, if you want to call it. Matricom says on their site that it's guaranteed up to a year. If you break it, then just send it back at your expense, I'm sure, but you send it back and they will fix it. One tip I will give you, if you're just going to use this box, then fine, but if you're like me, when you get it, you're like, oh, new toy, I got to see what I can do with it. So it wasn't very long before I realized, oh crap, I have to factory reset this thing. And I ended up almost having a heart attack in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m., freaking out because whenever I factory resetted it, it lost all of the things that it comes with. Like, this thing comes with the enhanced version, the Matricom's enhanced version of Xbox Media Center, and a few other things that comes with the box, other apps. And when you factory reset it, they're gone. So a tip, I would do it either way, just in case if anything ever happens. Even if you don't mess with them, you don't try to install any ROMs or anything like that, I would definitely go to matricom.net. Actually, just Google Matricom. Go to their website. Go to their software support section and download their, I believe it is the 1.16 or the 1.6 firmware update, and inside that folder, that zip folder, there will be a data folder, and that data folder will have all of the things, the APKs that this comes with from the factory. I would definitely, before this box, if you choose to order this box, I would definitely go get that before it even arrives, especially if you intend on messing with this at all, unless you're like some super super programmer or whatever, and you're a pro at what you're doing. But I would definitely have it on hand either way, and just have it sitting somewhere for just a precautionary measure. Anyways, that's about it for that. I mean, it's self-explanatory. It's about 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches by 2 inches thick. I mean, it's the only other really thing I could say. I'm not benchmarking it, but I'm trying to test it to see as far as I can, as much as I can do with it to try to get it hot. And I've been using Balloons Tower Defense 5 and a few other programs, and I'm up to like 120 on Balloons Tower Defense, and it's really barely lagging. It does get a little warm if you're running a whole bunch of stuff. If you're, it does get a little warm. So I would keep it somewhere to where you can get air to it. I'm actually considering, because I just can't leave things alone, I'm actually considering, since I'm so in love with this box, actually modding it and putting it in a new case and actually doing all that where I can hook up some fans to it and stuff to keep it cool, because like I said, I really fell in love with this box. It does everything that I needed to do, from downloading the streaming video to everything else. But I'll show you some more of that later on when I do an internal review of it, or an internal video rather. But other than that, I mean, it's a really sound box. I haven't had any issues with it, and I've been running it non-stop continuously for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I haven't had any issues with it other than my own my own mess ups that I had to factory reset. Now to go over here to this, and me explain why I said unfortunately. This is, I wanted the standard remote that comes with the mx2, which is pretty much just like a TV remote. This thing is all they had because they were sold out of the other ones, and it's a fly mouse. It's okay. It really is. It's okay to come with it, but I would definitely get an aftermarket. Like, I've ordered the iPad port. I think it's 810. Looks like a little iPhone 5, and I've ordered that. And this thing right here, the reason why I say unfortunately is because the keypad is horrible to me. I have really big fingers, and it's hard to get in there to type, for one, and for two, if you notice, it's not a real QWERTY keyboard. The O and the P is down here, and things are switched around, and it's just in my opinion really difficult to use. As far as a fly mouse or an air mouse, whatever you want to call it, it works really decent. It's okay that it comes with it. I'm really not completely disgusted with it. I just chose to get an aftermarket one because I want a backlit one, that way I can see and stuff. But the only other real issue that I've had with this, and I know it's the remote, because, and I'm going to be doing another full independent review of this remote, but I know it's the remote and not the box, because my other external keyboard with a touchpad doesn't do it. But this thing, it will cut itself off, and then it won't reconnect, and you have to go over there and pull this little guy out of the side of the box and plug it back in, and then it'll reconnect. And it does it every now and then. It's not, I've got pretty good patience, so it's really not that big of an issue to me, but it does get a little annoying every now and then, especially if you're in the middle of a movie and you go to try to turn it on to pause it because you want to get up, and then you're like, crap, you got to get up, go over there, and pull the thing out of the side of the thing and put it back in there. And that, combined with the fact of the layout of the keypads, of the keys, is just really why I'm like, unfortunately. Because right now I'm using this and my keyboard, my external keyboard, just to type in there until my new iPad port comes in. But other than that, this is a very awesome buy for $100. It's pre-rooted, Jelly Bean, 4.2. You can do whatever you want to with it. $100. You can Google it. One thing I will say, I've been watching this for a year, and I've been wanting one really bad, and I just got this one for a Valentine's Day gift, and they have become really popular and in the year that I've been watching them. So now they have clones out, and if you're gonna order it, the one thing I will say is make sure it says gbox and it's from matricom. All right, because the other ones, there's some clones on other sites that are like 75, $80. You know, I don't know. I'm not gonna knock them because I do a lot of purchasing of of like Chinese, some people say Chinese off-brand tablets and stuff like that. I have one that I'm actually going to do a review on, a 1 year later review. I put that thing through heck on earth. I mean, it's been set on the crack screen, everything else, and it's still working. And everybody sit there on all the forums, the Android forums, said, "Oh, this thing's a piece of crap. You know, it's not. You can't do anything." And I've benchmarked it and blown some of the iPads out of the water with it. I mean, it's a really good tablet. But either way, I'm gonna do a review on that one later on. But I'm not gonna knock the clones. If you want to take the risk and buy a clone, then fine. But I just would really. I would really stick with it and just look for the gbox, actual gbox mx2, not a clone. It's $100 to $120 depending on which controller package you get with it. I mean, you can Google it. I'm not going to say the site that you go to, but I'm sure if you just Google matricom, you're gonna figure it out on your own. But it's your decision, like I said. But that's it. My re-unboxing mini review of my matricom gbox mx2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Till next time.